Hey there YouTube. What I'm doing now is adding a video of cutting out a file. Alright, so it's always tricky trying to pick exactly where to start. So you want to like, do I go here, do I go here, do I go here? What I like to do is cut the piece off so I'm only working with the stock that I want. I know it might seem like, well, if you just use this and you can kind of do all your stuff while it's attached to that, but you get a lot of vibration. So I want to make this short, and frankly you're not going to hurt it by clamping it on the blade right now. Later on, because you're going to grind all that off. So let's just cut this sucker off. Ready? Here we go. Missed by just a bit. But you know what's neat? I tell you what's neat. We softened this metal a bit. It's not hot. We softened it and it should just break off. Look at that. Strength. Okay. So that's cut off. That is actually probably a big enough piece for like a little necker knife, a little small knife. I bet you could draw a little pattern on there. But you could make a little knife out of it. I'll save that. Little knives are good too. Alright, so now we have a little bit more. You know what? And I'll bet I'm not great with the angle grinder, but I can trim that little piece off right there. Let's see. What you don't want to do is what I just did and be like, where did the hot piece of metal go? But we play that game sometimes in the shop and say, hey, where is it? Is it in my sock? Is it in my pants and I don't feel it because it's burning me? We may never know. This would probably be a good time to mention that you don't want anything flammable in this general area. And I've got a container of water there and a fire extinguisher there. It's over there. But so I'm constantly looking to making sure nothing is smoking or anything. But and eventually I'm going to move this operation outdoors. Last little cut. The reason I'm cutting part way and using the pliers to as much as I can is because it keeps me from cutting past the line. Which is what our issue was, and this is a key point because of that area there. But so now, let's clean that up a bit. Okay. Well now, what do we have? Really hot knife. But now it's starting to take form, right? Huh? A lot different from this to this. Okay, so now we have The file is cut down to its basic shape. Alright. Now we're going to try to get this area right here. Now that's a little too shallow to do our cuts, but it's perfect to grind out with this flap wheel. So let's grind that out. Sometimes you just have to bust out the good old double basket file, which you can remove a lot of material with a file, but you want to get things just right. Sometimes the touch you need is a regular old file. Double bastard cut made for metal. Sorry, double bastard cut made for file, made for metal. Okay, so now we have the shape of our knife. I like that little press in there. I sometimes leave those little file marks for a little traction, but it's kind of a shorter handle, but you know, it'll do. This is the type of thing you learn from too. If you make a knife like this and you're like, oh gosh, you know what? That handle was just a little bit longer. I don't mind a shorter handle knife, kind of short, fat hands. But just, hey, draw it out, and next time, make it a little longer. But anyhow, okay, so the next thing we need to do is take either a rounded file like this, or like that other rounded file I was using earlier, and get that out there. Another thing that works really well is a Dremel tool with a drum. one of these. That doesn't go in there. But you get one of these with a drum. That usually grinds it out pretty good. One of these bad boys on there, and it'll fit just the way you want it to. You get it down in there, and probably want to grind some of that away first so you don't hit this too bad. So use a smaller one there, and then as soon as you can get that down in there, get that. So, but I also use these little grinding kits for your Dremel. You find them on sale all the time, 13, 15 bucks, whatever. Harbor Freight has cheap versions. Here's a better size one right there. Maybe I'll put that on there and do that next. But anyhow, I think that concludes this video because I just want to show you how you cut it out. The rest of it, use your files. You'll use Dremel if you've got one. I think 10 bucks at Harbor Freight. They've got a plug-in Dremel tool that comes with accessories. That thing actually works really well. Got a couple friends that use those. I got this on sale at Sears, and it's a lithium ion. I don't remember what it cost, but it was like half price. So anyhow, there you go. That's how you cut out your knife.